Jai Sri Ram, welcome everybody to Bharat Marg. So happy to be here. So happy to have Vinay ji and Preeti ji, the political analyst from Canada. Both of you welcome. And today we are having an incredible session. This is in the session of know all about Canada. Minorities attacked in Canada. Human right lobby silent. Very important discussion we are going to have for the people who don't know what's happening inside. And let's discuss with our political analyst here. Is Canadian our government sponsoring the attack? Question mark. That is what we want to know. And human right lobby silent on white nations. They go behind all other countries in Africa, Asia, everywhere. But you will never hear anything about what's happening in Europe or North America. Is a very very big question mark. And let's discuss and let's get to know. And before going further, friends, please make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video with as many people as you can. If you are still looking at it for the first time, please make sure to press the bell icon to get to know whenever we go live, so that you can come and join us, talk to us, and comment us. Okay. The question, Vinayji, I'll go with you first. Okay. First Nations, blacks, and Hindus targeted attack in Canada. Okay. What do you say about it?
Great question, actually. So, according to the 2019 General Social Survey (GSS) on Canada's safety and discrimination and all that stuff, so the trend is actually shocking. You will be shocked to hear that the graph is actually going up. What is the government doing about it? So the experiences of discrimination among the indigenous people, the native Canadians, right, was 23% in 2014. 23% in 2014. 23% of the indigenous population experienced discrimination. That's what it means.
Absolutely.
In 2019, 5 years later, it went up to 33%. And this is not you or I talking. This is coming from the General Social Survey on Canada's safety. It's a survey that is recognized by the government. And what is the government doing about it? The trend is going like this. It's going higher and higher. And same thing with the black population as well. Nearly half, 46% of black people aged 15 years or older experienced at least one form of discrimination in the past 5 years. Okay, compared to 16% of the non-indigenous. So non-indigenous people are experiencing less discrimination according to this survey. So the non-indigenous people, who would come under that? So the Indians, the Chinese, so these are considered non-indigenous, right? Except the blacks. Blacks are also non-indigenous, but they're experiencing a high percentage of discrimination. But regardless, the irony of all of this, okay, this is the funny part. The irony of all of this is Canada is in the top 10 of this American survey, like it's an authority on the well-being of people across the globe. Okay, so it's called I think it's called the well-being survey or something like that. I just can't remember the acronym or the jargon for that. But regardless, what is important is Canada, United States, and many other countries are in the top 10. But the funny thing is, and these countries, I just reported out how the discrimination is going on, and ironically, India is in around, I think, 150 or 160 in the global rating. Okay,
yeah, and absolutely, I agree with you. And gays and transgenders are also how they are treated over there. We know that, right? Many churches don't get, and now they are going behind African nation to put a ban on them.
Exactly. So the irony is that these this survey has put the India below Pakistan, below below certain countries which are very apparently, discriminating. There's no human rights. There's nothing there. But it's just, arbitrarily they put India at the 150 or 160th 60th rank in global rating. So this is how the media works in the Western world. So they're totally kind of completely I should say.
And also, okay, let's discuss about this, about the Hindus. Okay, Hindu temples have been consistently attacked in Canada.
Yeah, we
See,
have talked about that on your channel, and in the
yes,
last
yes, we talked about, yes, and see, First Nations, blacks, and Hindus. That's what we are talking about. I see them in one spectrum. Do you agree or not? You
oh
will
yeah, yeah,
never hear any
absolutely.
worship places being attacked in Canada other than Hindus.
I have not come across anything that is other than the Hindus. I've not seen any attack on religious, organizations or religious institutions. Nothing like, mosques have not been attacked. Minority churches have not been attacked, or Buddhist temples have not been attacked. It's always the Hindu temple that have been attacked in the last almost 2 or 3 years. Actually, it's been going on. So
And
it's just, what do you call this? I mean, this is
absolutely.
discrimination.
Absolutely. Let me go to Preeti ji on it. Okay, Preeti ji, it's unbelievable. On the hate for the Hindus, what they are trying to do is Canadian police, mind you, Canadian police promote the terrorist organization that vandalizes the Hindu temple. Okay, see here, you would have seen this picture, but for the benefit of the viewers, okay, see, this is a Canadian police which gets paid on the what you call taxpayer money, is going with the Khalistani terrorist flag out there. Okay, and also see here how the Canadian police and the politician promote the terrorist organizations in Canada, which work there, because any temple that is vandalized, Hindu temple, they are the people behind it. Okay, and they get support of the police. Then what do you expect, Pritiji? Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, namaskar. Uh, as you rightly said, like Hindu
You
temples
can
have been.
continue in Hindi. Yeah.
या ओके ओके सो आपने जैसे बताया कि हिंदू टेम्पल्स पे अटैक हो रहे हैं, बहुत सारे अटैक पिछले 2-3 साल में एक्चुअली हम लोगों ने देखे हैं, जो कि किसी और रिलीजन के ऊपर नहीं हुए हैं. तो ये तो पक्की बात है कि एक तरह से इसको देखा जाए तो ये है डिस्क्रिमिनेशन. और अभी जैसे आपने एक पिक्चर दिखाया कि भाई पुलिस भी इसमें इन्वॉल्व है, कैनेडियन पुलिस, सो कॉल्ड पुलिस अगर खालिस्तान का झंडा लगा के घूमती है तो उसको हम क्या कहेंगे? वो तो सीधा कह सकते हैं इन अ वे कि गवर्नमेंट स्पॉन्सर्ड, राइट? क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट के अंडर स्पेशली पुलिस में अगर कोई बंदा है और वो अगर खालिस्तान का फ्लैग लेके ऐसे जा सकता है तो ये तो बहुत गलत बात है. वो इंडिविजुअली ही कैन हैव एनी थिंकिंग और अपनी चॉइस हो सकती है, लेकिन अगर आप कोई पुलिस में हो तो देन यू आर नॉट अलाउड टू शो व्हाट यू बिलीव इन, राइट? यू
Absolutely,
आर.
Preeti, one piece of information for you. Okay, when we did a sting on Canadian police, Peel Police, about this incident, you will be able to see it in Bharat Marg and know all about Canada. When we did the sting on police, they said we didn't know. Okay, so we asked them. Okay, we didn't know Khalistani is a banned terrorist organization in India, and Jagmeet Singh's Twitter account is blocked now. Okay, all those things. But you know what? When we ask them, do you do training against it now, or will they still carry the flag, or do you have any punishment given to the person who was holding it and doing a procession with the Khalistani flag? No answer. And please go ahead.
नहीं, आंसर उसमें नहीं आएगा ना, क्योंकि जो 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 लोग इस सोच को स्पॉन्सर करते हैं जो लोग इस सोच को सपोर्ट करते हैं वो लोग गवर्नमेंट में बैठे हैं, तो इसका तो आंसर नहीं आएगा। तो वो एक्सपेक्ट ना करे, क्योंकि वो कहीं भी नहीं आता, किसी भी गवर्नमेंट हो किसी भी देश में वो चीजें नहीं आती, राइट। तो वो तो एकदम अलग बात हो गई। लेकिन हम अगर यहाँ हिंदू डिस्क्रिमिनेशन की बात करें, वो जो आपका जो पॉइंट है मेन, कि भी हिंदूज आर डिस्क्रिमिनेटेड एज द ब्लैक्स आर डिस्क्रिमिनेटेड और इंडिजिनियस पीपल आर डिस्क्रिमिनेटेड, तब मैं यहाँ एक बात जरूर कहना चाहूंगी कि इंडिविजुअली एक व्यक्ति कोई हिंदू है इसलिए उसके ऊपर कोई अटैक हुआ और डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हुआ, ऐसा अभी देखने को नहीं मिला है। हाँ, ये जरूर है कि हिंदू टेम्पल्स को अटैक किया गया है, और किसने किया है कोई ये भी नहीं है कि कनाडा के सारे लोगों ने या मतलब गोरे लोगों ने किया है। वो जो करने वाले हैं वो भी इंडियन है, अटैक करने
नहीं,
वाले
वो भी इंडियन। ओके, वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग। ओके, हम इंडियन का बात नहीं करते हैं, हम इंडियन का बात नहीं करते हैं, हिंदू का बात करते हैं।
मैं वही कह रही हूँ,
हाँ
मैं
जी,
वही कह
ये
रही
हम
हूँ।
इंडियन, वो ये कौन है, ये कौन है, ये खालिस्तान, खालिस्तान इंडियन बोलते हैं आप, वो तो मानते नहीं है वो इंडियन है।
एक मिनट,
ओके, यो
उनके
सेपरेटिस्ट है,
उनके
इसलिए ये
मानने न,
गवर्नमेंट प्रमोट
देखिए
करती
एक
है।
बात है, उनके मानने न मानने से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। दे आर
गवर्नमेंट
इंडियन
क्या
ओरिजिन
मानती है,
पीपल,
कैनेडियन गवर्नमेंट?
दे मे हैव बीन बोर्न एंड ब्रॉट अप इन कनाडा, इनकी नई जनरेशन, लेकिन ओरिजिन अगर देखा जाए तो उनका ओरिजिन इंडिया से है, वो मैं कहना चाहती हूँ। एक बात,
नहीं
एक
नहीं,
सेकंड मेरी
हमारा,
बात पूरी करने दे।
यू नो,
नहीं, आप कह
मैं
रहे हो वो
आपको
सही
एक
बात
बात
है, लेकिन
बोलता,
मेरी भी
एक
बात,
बात बोलता हूँ, एक बात बोलता हूँ, क्या वसुदैव कुटुंबकम जो बताया जाता है अपना सनातन में, उसको मानने वाले ही हिंदी हिंदू इंडियन है। ओके, वो क्या आके ऐसा मंदिर पे हमला करेंगे क्या?
एक एक बात समझो आप, वो जो मंदिर पे हमला कर रहे हैं, वो मेरा कहने का पॉइंट ये है कि कनेक्शन उनका है इंडिया से, आप उसको काट नहीं सकते। हाँ, हालांकि वो 100% कैनेडियन है बिकॉज दे आर
हाँ,
बोर्न एंड ब्रॉट अप हियर, वो और बात है।
पाकिस्तानी का भी कनेक्शन है, उनका भी बाप है
हो
इंडिया।
सकता है, उनका भी हो सकता है, लेकिन
हाँ,
इंडिया का देखो, मेरा मेरा मेन पॉइंट ये है कि जो ब्लैक पीपल के साथ और इंडिजिनियस पीपल के साथ जो हुआ वो डिफरेंट है, और जो इंडियन हिंदूज, स्पेशली इंडियन की बात छोड़ देते हैं, हिंदूज के साथ जो हुआ वो डिफरेंट है। वो दो
नहीं नहीं,
चीजें एक नहीं है।
आई डोंट सी इट, आई डोंट, लेट्स
नहीं,
गो
मैं
टू
नहीं
विनय
देखती
जी।
इसको, क्योंकि
नहीं नहीं,
इंडिविजुअली किसी ने, एक सेकंड मेरी बात खत्म करने दे।
हाँ,
इंडिविजुअली किसी ने भी, क्योंकि विनय जी हिंदू है, क्योंकि आप हिंदू हो, क्योंकि मैं हिंदू हूं, या कोई XYZ, उन लोगों के ऊपर अटैक नहीं
आप
हुए। आप
आप
समझो,
ये बताइए,
बहुत अलग
प्रीति
बात
जी,
है ये।
आप ये बताइए, आप ये बताइए, ओके, कोई चर्च में अटैक हुआ अभी तक?
मैं वही
कोई
कह रही
मास
हूँ,
में अटैक
आप
हुआ अभी तक?
नहीं, आप समझ
नहीं,
नहीं रहे, मैं
मेरा
वही कह रही
वर्शिप प्लेस में क्यों
हूँ।
ओनली हिंदू वर्शिप प्लेस इज बीइंग
क्योंकि
टारगेटेड? ओके,
क्योंकि आप जानते हो कि
ये एक मिनट,
आजकल,
एक मिनट, मेरा सवाल सवाल का जवाब दीजिए। ओके, बॉम्बे, जो बॉम्बे बेल रेस्टोरेंट का बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हुआ था, उसका कोई समझ से आया अभी तक? कोई पकड़ा गया अभी तक? ओके,
देखो,
कोई नहीं पकड़ा गया। जो वैंडलिज्म हुआ, उसका कोई पकड़ा गया अभी तक?
एक बात
पंद्रह
मैं बताऊं,
बीस
आप जो
टेम्पल।
कह रहे हो ना, वो एक एक मिनट, वो जो वेंडलिज्म हुआ उस वक्त, वो पकड़ा नहीं गया, वो सारी बातें सही है, लेकिन एक एक चीज है कि ऐसे बहुत सी चीजें हैं जिसमें दूसरे लोगों के ऊपर, जैसे हो सकता है किसी गोरे के ऊपर कुछ हुआ हो, वो भी नहीं पकड़ा गया, तो उन चीजों को
नहीं
नहीं जोड़ सकते
नहीं,
आप। आप
मैं
आप
मानता
उन
नहीं।
चीजों को जोड़ नहीं
दैट
सकते।
इज
मैं
योर
सिर्फ ये
ओपिनियन,
कहना चाहती हूँ
आई
कि
रेस्पेक्ट योर ओपिनियन।
हिंदुओं के ऊपर इंडिविजुअल अटैक्स नहीं है, आप
नहीं
समझो,
नहीं,
ये
आई
बहुत
आई
डिफरेंट
यू
है।
नो,
ऐसे
पार्क का
ब्लैक्स के
नाम।
ऊपर जस्ट
ओके,
बिकॉज दे आर
आप
ब्लैक्स।
इधर, आप ये देखो, कितना भी स्ट्रीट का नाम उनका संप्रदाय के ऊपर रखा है। व्हाट विनय जी, यू से मी, ओके, ये मेनी स्ट्रीट्स हैव देयर ओन पीपल्स नेम ऑन इट। ओके, बट you cannot even have a park name on your Bhagavad Gita. They will throw it off on the second day. And this is not attack on. एक minute, the question is for Vinay ji. Please hold on a second. Vinay ji, what do you say?
I want to just say one thing, just a short one about the what you just brought up about, about the fact that you did a video on the with the Canadian police, and you asked
Mhm.
them, you know that the Khalistan is a terrorist organization banned in India, and you should at least apologize. Now that you know, try to apologize. But they did not. Correct?
Yes.
So likewise, what happened in the United Nations 2 weeks ago, they recognized a nation called Kailasa by
Mm-hmm.
Swami Nityananda, who is a fugitive from India, and he
Mm-hmm.
is wanted for several charges, like sexual assault, predator, like he's serious, say, child trafficking and all of that. And he went and established a small kingdom of his own called Kailasa, which is not recognized by the United Nations, but the United Nations brought representatives from him, from his country or so-called country, and made them sit in the United Nations Council to talk about the Kailasa. And then 2 days later, they realized that this is a blunder and they apologized. So why is the Canadian government not doing it now that they know Khalistan is a banned organization? It's a terrorist organization. Why can't they do it? Because
And
bottom line is they are under the support of Jagmeet Singh, who is an open supporter of Khalistan.
who is
That's it. I
banned
want to
from
stop there, but
visiting
I'll move
India?
on
Who
to
is
your next
banned
point.
from, he is the only top politician in the world who has been banned from coming into India. Okay.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
and his passport, he cannot go there, and his Twitter account is blocked there for his terrorist activities.
Exactly.
And all the temple vandalized, all the Hindu temples that were attacked, all the temples that were looted, close to 20 plus temples, not even one another community it
I'm,
happened.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that he's aware of it. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
100%. He
he's
has
and
been
aware.
not,
talked
not
about that.
aware. They did it, and they are proud of that fact. They are proud of that fact. So who
Right.
removed the temple vandalism? What is written here? You see, did
Now,
anybody got caught there?
exactly. Now let's talk about Preetiji's point. Preetiji had a very good point, actually. The institution of Hinduism, the institution of our religious institutions have been vandalized, and even the Bhagavad Gita Park, the name was taken away, but eventually, due to protests, it was given back and whatever, right? But she's talking about individuals not being marginalized. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you that, I have personally experienced it. Okay. As I don't know whether I'm because I'm a Hindu or because I'm an Indian, because a lot of the white population cannot discriminate or distinguish between a Hindu, an Indian, or a Muslim or whatever, right? They kind of think everybody is brown colored, and that's it. So there is
That's all matters anyway.
that's all matters. So
At the
there
end of
is
the day.
clear cut discrimination according to the survey that I just talked about. There is clear cut
Mm-hmm.
discrimination, but not as much as the indigenous, not as much as the black population. However, non-indigenous Indians come under the non-indigenous population, and they have been discriminated against, and it is very clear. And this discrimination, I just want to give a history. Give me 30 seconds, and I'll tell you about the history. Sir John A. Macdonald was the first Prime Minister of India. I mean, of Canada. Sorry. Okay. So when he took over office, uh, this was he became the Prime Minister. I believe in 1867 or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way he talked in Parliament, this was, I'm talking in 1882. Okay, he told the House of Commons, he said, I have reason to believe that the agents as a whole are doing all they can. Agents meaning his people, his police, his army, and everybody, by refusing food until to the Indians, to the native Indians, until the Indians are on the verge of starvation, so that we can reduce the expense of the government. So basically, what he started was he started starving the indigenous population so that they will eventually come and work for the government and behave well and be treated as second class citizens. This is how it started. And today, John A. Macdonald, there are several, like, highways, airports, lot of other institutions, buildings that are in the name of John A. Macdonald. Has the
Oh,
government of Canada
Churchill was the
acknowledged it?
biggest. Churchill was the biggest massacre maker, much bigger than Hitler, but he has
Right,
everything
exactly.
also.
But
So
we
it
are
doesn't
we are
make
strictly
any
talking about Canada here. So I'm just talking about John A.
yes,
Macdonald, who was the first Prime Minister of Canada. He has blatantly, openly discriminated against the indigenous population, and not one thing, not even buildings and institutions and airports that have been named after John A. Macdonald have been rescinded. They have not been rescinded. They should be rescinded, and that's what the government of Canada should do. That's our
absolutely,
message to
absolutely.
the government of Canada.
Preeti ji, the same crime, जब दूसरा करता है, जब अफ्रीकन लोग करते हैं, ओके, कैनेडियन अफ्रीकन करते हैं, उनको गुना बहुत ज्यादा होता है. The penalty on them is much higher. It's a proven fact. Okay, and First Nations के लिए, they don't have enough health care being provided. Discrimination in the hospital billing, hospital visiting, everything. Okay, and as far as Hindus are concerned, in the school, they are being taught. Okay, our Hindu children are being taught. Okay, Hindus are villains. Hindus are they do genocide of Sikh. This is being taught in the school, and how they are atrocity against farmers and other things, which is not part of the curriculum. Okay, this
Really?
is not discrimination.
No,
Then
really,
what?
like, okay, really. I mean,
Absolutely.
honestly speaking,
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know if this is being taught in the schools. But if it
Absolutely.
is, because I really don't know about this. लेकिन अगर ये चीज अगर हो
I'll
रही है,
quickly say
तो
you.
ये
I'll
बहुत
quickly say you for the benefit of you and your viewers here. Okay, ये बताया गया. See, we were talking to a young kid. Okay, 8th, 9th grade going kid. I was talking, and the kids are so afraid to come out and talk. Okay, they said the English teacher. Okay, mind you, English teacher was talking about the history of India. Okay, and talking to them about how the Hindus are killing the minorities in India, and they make these kids feel very, very guilty of who they are.
रियली अगर ये हुआ है तो ये बहुत गलत है और ये कभी भी होना नहीं चाहिए और उस टीचर की कंप्लेन होनी चाहिए क्योंकि देखो स्कूल में किसी एक क्लास में पढ़ाया होगा ना कोई इंडिविजुअल बच्चे को तो
The
नहीं पढ़ाया होगा
individual,
नहीं
they
इंडिविजुअल
target
बच्चे को
our
कैसे
kids.
पढ़ाया होगा बच्चे को कैसे पढ़ाया होगा इंडिविजुअली वो तो क्लास में स्कूल में अगर आप कह रहे हो तो इट इज इन द क्लास सो क्लास इज एटलीस्ट 30-40 किड्स राइट एक दो बच्चे नहीं होंगे वहां पे 40 बच्चे होंगे ना 30 किड्स होंगे तो अगर क्लास में पढ़ाया है और 30-40 पेरेंट्स हैं उसमें से मैं मानती हूँ कम से कम 8-10 तो होंगे जो हिंदू होंगे राइट तो क्यों कंप्लेन नहीं की पेरेंट्स ने क्यों राइट अवे कंप्लेन नहीं की
मैं आपको पूछ रहा हूँ मैं आपको पूछता हूँ जब ये टेररिस्ट फ्लैग लेके भागे थे ये लोग जाके प्रोसेशन किए थे पुलिस ने कोई कंप्लेन किया क्या
पुलिस
ये तो पब्लिक डोमेन में है
मैं
ये देखो
ये देखो
ये पिक्चर देखो
स्कूल अथॉरिटी की बात कर रही हूँ स्कूल अथॉरिटी की बात कर रही हूँ स्कूल के अथॉरिटी में जाके वहां क्यों कंप्लेन नहीं किया देखो कुछ चीजें है ना मैं मानती हूँ फिर भी मैं मानती हूँ अगर मान लो कर ली होती कंप्लेन तब भी कुछ नहीं होना था ये मैं मानती हूँ लेकिन एक रिकॉर्ड क्रिएट होता है one record is being created that something like this is going on in the schools
anyway,
वो करना जरूरी है पहली बात
anyway.
देखो जैसे आप कह रहे हो बिल्कुल अगर ऐसा हुआ है तो बिल्कुल गलत है ये होना ही नहीं चाहिए लेकिन एक बात तो जरूर है ना जिसे सिर्फ कनाडा की हम बात करें या वैसे देखा जाए तो पूरे वर्ल्ड की बात करें व्हाइट सुप्रीमेसी तो अभी भी है हर जगह है जहां जहां व्हाइट कंट्रीज
you are right but the question of this episode is अगर डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है आप भी मानते हैं अगर व्हाइट सुप्रीमेसी है आप भी मानते हैं फिर भी क्यों ये ह्यूमन राइट लॉबी ये व्हाइट नेशंस पे साइलेंट है और whereas against एशियन कंट्रीज एंड अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज दे गो हल्ला बुल्ला
अरे वो तो होना ही है ना देखो दिलीपन जी, ये चीजें अगर नहीं हो ना, तो ही आपको सरप्राइज होना चाहिए। अगर होती है तो सरप्राइज नहीं होना
Anyway,
चाहिए, क्योंकि क्योंकि
anyway,
देखो, लॉ बनाने वाले कौन है? व्हाइट लोग हैं। ये ह्यूमन राइट का जो ये ब्यूगल बजाते रहते हैं ना, वो ब्यूगल शुरू किसने किया? व्हाइट लोगों ने किया। क्यों किया? दुनिया को ये दिखाने के लिए किया कि हम तो बहुत अच्छे हैं और हम तो सबको एक जैसा देखते हैं, हम बहुत जस्टिस वाले लोग हैं, ये दिखाने के लिए। लेकिन खाने के और दिखाने के दांत उनके भी अलग हैं, जैसे हाथी के होते हैं। वो दिखाने वाले
absolutely.
दांत है, तो दिखाने को तो हम दिखाएंगे
One
ऐसे।
second. 1 second, Preeti ji.
या
Vinay ji, you have last 30 seconds. We are going to wind off your last word.
Okay, I just sent you a CBC clip. Maybe you can just share it with the viewers. So, what you just talked about, the discrimination against the teachers, this was actually going on more so during the farmers' protest. A
यस,
Peel District school teacher was openly educating students about the atrocities that is going on in India against the Sikhs committed by the Hindus, and this was openly done in the school. And I had received posters, and I just sent a CBC clipping to Dilipanji just now. Maybe he can share it with the viewers. But again, talking about the discrimination that goes on against the indigenous population, the First Nations, it is pathetic. Actually, even today, you see that the indigenous population, they live in camps.
यस,
They are not still amalgamated with the mainstream. The government
Mhm.
is not doing enough to bring them into the mainstream. They still live in those native camps that are all scattered around in the very, very rural population, where you have trouble getting water, where you have trouble getting proper snow clearance, proper food, and the cost of a bottle of water, for example, in a remote village in Yukon Territory, you wouldn't believe it. It's about $4, $4 to $5 for one bottle of water. Okay, and what is the government doing about it? You cannot get proper drinking water there, because the 9 months out of the whole year, they live in extreme cold conditions. And again, health is not offered to them like healthcare. It's a big deal for them. And I have gone to these communities where I've seen the struggles that these people go through, and it's extremely pathetic what they go through, right? And this is what the government has still not been doing, and that is the reason the I just talked to you about the global survey, the Canadian survey, which is actually going up but not down, the discrimination against the indigenous population.
या
Yeah, that's the one that I just saw.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Preeti ji, your last 30 seconds.
या सो ऑफ कोर्स एक बात तो हमें पक्की है कि इस तरह के डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हो रहे हैं और बढ़ रहे हैं। और बट मैं ये जरूर कहूंगी कि ये डिस्क्रिमिनेशन इंडिजिनियस पीपल के साथ जितने ज्यादा है, या ब्लैक के साथ जितने ज्यादा है, वो बहुत एक डेंजरस पॉइंट है। और हिंदूज के साथ भी है इन अ वे, लेकिन परसेंटेज के हिसाब से देखा जाए तो बहुत कंपेयर नहीं कर सकती इन दो
And yeah,
दो
see,
जो है
basically,
उसके हिसाब से।
yes, yes, you are absolutely right, but only the targeted Hindu worship places are being attacked. Okay.
बिल्कुल, वो तो है ही, और वो गलत ही है। ऐसा नहीं है कि वो गलत नहीं है, 100% गलत है। लेकिन इसको इनके साथ कंपेयर करना, वो मुझे शायद सही नहीं लग रहा, क्योंकि कंपैरिजन रिसेंट है, और ये चीजें जो हिंदुओं के साथ हो रही है बहुत रिसेंट है। और उसकी वजह मुझे आपको सबको पता है कि कौन कर रहा है और क्यों कर रहा है, तो वो डिफरेंट चीज है। ये दो चीज है ना, हम कंपेयर, वी आर नॉट कंपेयरिंग एप्पल विथ एप्पल। Here we are trying to compare apple with orange, which is not.
Very nice.
That's what I say.
Very nice. Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining. Appreciate Preeti ji, appreciate Vinay ji for joining and putting your point of view. Okay, thank you for joining us, friends. Please watch the video and comment your opinion on what do you think. Thank you again. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
ji.
Jai Jai Sri Ram.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jai Jai Sri Ram.
Jai Jai Shri Ram.